My question to you is trying to reconcile recent earnings results. Loblaw, for example, Q4 brags about earnings increase of almost 13% over the previous year. And time and again throughout the last hour and a half, hearing each executive say, but our earnings are reasonable. Can I have you each comment, yes or no, whether you would support an excess profit tax that has been called for by many, including Mr. Singh, here in the last hour, an excess profit tax above your regular profits, which you're now bragging about having increased from, specifically so that the Government of Canada could use that to reinvest in supporting the lowest income Canadians who are suffering from the cost of living crisis that we're in. Would you each comment on whether you support an excess profit tax, which would raise $4.3 billion over the next 5 years? Thank you.
Look, I certainly believe that Canadians expect us to pay our taxes, to pay our fair share of taxes, and we do. Last year, Loblaw paid $850 million in tax. I've said this before. I think you have to do the right definition of a windfall tax, and then determine exactly who should pay it. And when I go back to this point about looking at the entire value chain, if there is a windfall, then it needs to be assessed throughout the entire value chain, not just at the end of the value chain, where, as I said before, there's $1 of the total, impact. Having said that, I do not believe that there are windfall profits, in the grocery industry today. I believe that what is impacting high prices for Canadians is a global cost of living crisis that affects folks all over the world, and that Loblaw is doing a very significant amount to ease the burden on Canadian consumers every single day.
Mr. Morris, we're going to, I think, in the interest of time, we're going to let Mr. Medline answer your question, and Mr. LaFlèche, and thank you for your intervention.
I'll keep it brief, Mr. Chair. And thank you, Mr. Morris, for your question. Appreciate it. Without the details, it's a broad question to be able to answer. I'd like a bit more detail. But when I think about a windfall tax, I do get concerned that it would penalize companies that are rightfully improving their businesses the right way. I worry about unintended consequences always. And I worry that ad hoc taxes discourages investment in this country. And I think we should be encouraging investment in our great country.
Mr. LaFlèche.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I disagree that there's any excess profit here. We make reasonable profit, and we pay full taxes on it, all of them in Canada, at very different levels of government. So I don't think a special tax on grocery would be constructive. It would probably reduce investment, reduce innovation, and not be fair.